Hello and welcome to Virgin Media Park for what is going to be round 16 today for the AIL Division 2C season. Was very quickly approaching the end now. Things are really hotting up today. We see Dolphin host Clonmel, 2 points between the two teams in the league this season. But when we look at the league table, in fact, there's only 13 points separating the top 7. So the promotion chase for all 7 teams is well and truly on. Alongside me today, I will have Joe Winston, who will join me in a few minutes. But until then, you're just going to have to listen to me and put up with it. We can see the intensity starting to build here in the park. A bit of wind today now. It's quite cold. Drops are threatening. So we'll see how this will affect the two teams' approach for today. I know when we look at Clonmel this season so far, a big highlight would actually be their number 12, Joey O'Connor, who will go into in a couple of minutes. He's currently the top scorer across all 5 divisions of the AIL with 185 points. So we'll see how his kicking will be affected today. Just as before we get going again though, just to look at a bit deep dive just on this promotion chase as we keep going. The Division 2C this season has been one of the most competitive, around it. I think we're hearing it's the most competitive league in the world. I think it's better than URC, better than everything else. As we say, 7 teams going for promotion. Just 13 points separating 13 between 1st and 7th. Dolphin currently sit 4th in the table on 46. Clonmel just 2 points behind them on 44, as both teams chase down Middleton up top, but more importantly they look for a top 4 place for the playoff. Today is going to be an absolute cruncher of a game with Dolphin hosting Clonmel, but as we look in for the run-in, and more importantly, both teams have, I suppose, the easier run-in of all the top teams. Next week we'll see Dolphin travel up to Omagh, who are fighting for survival, and Clonmel will be travelling up to Tullamore, who are also there and thereabouts. And the week after, as we finish the season, Dolphin will play host here to Bruff on the 5th of April, when Clonmel will play Omagh. So as teams are fighting relegation, you could argue that it could be done today, who knows? But we'll see. It'd be arguably the easier the games rather than playing up top. We know today Middleton will be playing Ballyclare, so a lot of tough games coming. But we'll see how the upcoming 80 minutes unfold and how this will shape each team's season. If you look back to our previous game back in, I think was it October, early on in the season, it was unfortunate, a very weather disputed match. Not good viewing for the neutrals. It finished 10-all. Joey O'Connor grabbed all 10 points for Clonmel with a try and the rest from the boot. Whereas Scott Sexton, who's playing today for Dolphin, got their only try with Jordan Soley adding the rest from his boot as well. So both teams, I remember at the time, Dolphin really felt aggrieved as to how the performance went, and we'll see. Hopefully they can make amends today, and well, with their home record, we'd hope they will. Coming into today's game as well, we must look at how the teams are performing this season so far. The key thing, and I think I'm going to keep alluding to the weather and the wind here actually, for Clonmel, is they've been a big fan of taking their 3-pointers. It's one to keep an eye on as the game develops. So far, they've taken 31 penalties this year, just to Dolphin's 14. So they really do like taking their 3 points. But interestingly for Dolphin, they have that edge in terms of tries scored. 55 tries this season for Dolphin versus Clonmel's 43. Interestingly, this is the most try bonus points we've ever had in a season with Dolphin. Although we did get 7 try bonus points back in 21-22, we only owned 5 of those games. Whereas this season, they've really made Virgin Media Park their fortress. Of all the games they've played at home here so far, this will be the 8th. They're unbeaten in all of them, with the one draw against Middleton and the rest of them victories, and bonus point ones at that as well. We start looking at the players. I suppose I'll give you a brief rundown on the Dolphin team at this stage. Big changes in the front row today for Dolphin. Unfortunately, no Phil Dowling. We'll see if we can get him over in the comebacks at some point today, or somebody else. He's after pulling up injured, so we've got at the front row Finn Cowig, Phil Elwood and Dave Byrne. Phil Elwood looking to make his second start this season, eager to make a mark, whereas at the other end Dave Byrne is the closest man to the 100, making cap number 98 today, so he'll be hoping to hit that centurion figure before the end of the season. In the second row we got Brian O'Mahony and Darragh Sullivan. Brian ahead of brother Dave, vice captain for the season. Big shoes to fill, but he's been in great form in recent games. He's been everywhere across the park. His work rate is phenomenal. And when we talk work rate, again, especially in this Dolphin back row, quite changed from the beginning of the season, in fact, as things have gone on. It's gone younger and younger as the season progressed. Owen Sheehan at 6, who's been ever present in the side this season, has been incredible. Conor Drummie, who had to wait and bite for his time, but has eventually stood in and has excelled in his game at 7. And Richie Heaslip at 8. And when we mentioned Richie, he came in on the back of an injury to John Fitzgerald, played absolutely incredible, and no one's been able to usurp him ever since. So they're going for their second start in a row together in the back row. At 9, we've got Ryan Foley in the place of brother Darryl. 10, as usual, Cameron O'Shaughnessy, ever present, as was most of our backs today, in fact, with Dara Buckley at 11, Craig O'Connell 12, Scott Sexton 13, Carl Waterman 14, and Jordy Soley at full back to round out the Dolphin side. The big thing in this Dolphin team today, actually, we must admit, is just keep an eye on both Cam and Carl, who are both in flying form at the minute. Carl has scored 3 tries in the last 4 games, and Cam has actually scored in each of the last 4 games. They're 2 to keep an eye on. On the bench then for today for Dolphin, we've got Jack Fox covering at 16, who's finally back after a bit of an injury spell. He was there early in the season. Dave O'Mahony will cover, be second row cover. And we've got Dalton O'Shaughnessy, James Vaughan, and Darryl Foley to round out the bench. Another big thing of note today, actually, for the Dolphin side is just how many the familial connections we always mention. Recently seeing Cameron and Dalton get a combined 100 caps for the club. Huge achievement for the O'Shaughnessy family, and we're sure they'll put out some good performances alongside their caps 102 and 3 today, we hope. Now, and welcome alongside me now, Joe. How are you doing? How are Clonmel feeling towards today's game?
Hopeful, I'd say, at this stage. I think the game might depend on the weather with the wind and everything like that, but we're missing 1 or 2 players as well, which isn't going to help our cause. But like every match, you have to hope for the best.
Absolutely. Here's you mentioned we're missing a few players. There's a lot of changes. I must just check, is Joey O'Connor still good at 12? I heard there was murmurs that he was...
No, he's still good, and he's the type of player now rarely gets injured. But himself and Henry Bottomer in the centre have formed a very good partnership. So hopefully he'll get a few chances today to kick a few penalties.
I'm sure he won't be too aggrieved to that. I was looking into the stats this week. I was just saying to everybody, he's got the most points across all 5 divisions in the AIL this season.
Yeah, the
incredible
RFC.
Man for the boot.
Yeah, he's about 180 or 185 in the league at the moment. So he's a 90% kicker. I would say it's very rare for him to miss.
That's a big boost to have as well. And I know the one thing I'd be actually keep concerned about just for Clonmel this season has just been they made Ardguiha such a stronghold early on in the year, and we've seen them, and I don't know, has the form dipped a little bit recently? I know they've got 2 wins in the last 5 games. One of them now, in fairness, did include a trip against Old Crescent. But how are they feeling form-wise coming into today?
What I would say is that we've improved from last year, where we lost an awful lot of games in the last 10 minutes, and the team is still very young, and we've improved on that this year. So it's a step-by-step process for them that they're getting more confident as time goes by. And with the game against Crescent, we lost big with the final score, but with 5 minutes to go, we're only 10 points behind and pushing for it. And just unlucky in the end the way the result finished.
And just to go through the rest of that Clonmel team for today, I know we mentioned a couple of changes. I was looking through the team sheets this week. I know Thomas Stransky has played. He's been on the bench. He's been around a lot this season. He's getting the start today. Himself and Albie, who I'm sure a lot of Dolphin members will recognise, Albie Fronak starting at 15, played for the club back in the 1920 season. And it was interesting at that stage for us to have 2 internationals, both the Finnish and Czech players, when he had Jussi Viljanen alongside us as well. But it's good to see the 2 Czech fellas playing for you as well. You mentioned the youth there, Liam Ryan at hooker, Jason Manua propping, and then, as we've seen, Tony Cantwell and Jeremy Brannock have been there for quite a while.
Yeah.
Anything we could look at in terms of Drew Musa at 10 for today?
Yeah, he's a Welsh lad that's come over, and along with his friend on the wing, Freddie Davies. They're kind of getting used to playing Irish rugby, and they're adapting well to it. But I must just say about Albert Fronek, unfortunately he's leaving us at the end of the season because he's been offered a job with the Czech Rugby Union as strength and conditioning coach over there, and it's an opportunity he can't turn down.
Too big to turn down.
So he'll be a big loss to the club because he's helped out an awful lot with the underage as well. And Albert's the type of chap that everybody loves.
Absolutely, and you could even sense it from his time here as well. But just in terms of how long he's been at the club, you've had a couple of players just like that. Like I was looking to the squad, I know Tony Cantwell captained back in 2016 when he won the Munster Junior League. He won that a couple of years in a row before he got even into Division 2C. But having someone like him, especially even Luke Hogan, who was crucial in that side in 2019 that got promoted to AIL, how important are those, I suppose, say long-term servants as the core part of the squad for the harmony this season?
Yeah, those. You got Alex Sheen on the bench as well, Luke Hogan, Tony Cantwell. They were all part of the Munster Junior Cup winning team in 2014, and were very much part of the 3 Junior League wins in a row. And again, when we won it in the 5th year, we won it for the 4th time, but we could never quite manage to get that step up to the senior ranks until 2019. 2019. But they've been the mainstay of the club for many years now, and it was local lads that got us up to where we are now.
Absolutely, as we just see the Dolphin team led out today by captain Craig O'Connell, who's back again. He missed 1 or 2 matches, but he's still eager to keep himself going. I know there's been a little competition going this season between himself and number 10 Cameron Ashoxy, just in terms of tries scored. Craig's been in flying form. He had a hat-trick early in the year. He's on 9 tries so far this year. He's just won off James Collins' record of 10. Cam up to 6 tries himself. As we mentioned, won the last 4 tries in the last 4 games, so they're going to be very excited to add to that tally, and I'm sure it's going to be a very exciting game as the lads are starting to get ready now, just as we get moments before kick-off. And before we get on our way, just to take a moment to say a big thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us get this going. I know Virgin Media are a huge support for us. Kiri's Nissan are always massive, even like Cumry Construction, Spick and Span. It's just incredible how much support we get from everybody and how much they help us to get this far. We really, really appreciate them. And we just want to ask if you want to help us out at all, just that we actually have for the price of a coffee to keep these streams going. We bring them to you for free, but it's always nice just to have the extra little boost.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. Right, so we'll get underway now. Kick's gone long into the 22. It's hanging a little bit. You can already get a sense of that wind into the hands of Cameron Ashoxy, who's going to try and get a boot to it himself. And it's gone a bit longer, so we'll see will the win favour Dolphin just that bit in the first half. So Clonmel will have to work that bit harder. You can kind of see with that ball really hanging. A nice volley there from Ryan Foley has really brought a change to the game very fast. And it's going to be a bit of a cagey affair at the start, just to allow the team to settle in and just get used to that wind, really. And an exit there now. Bit of a fast start. We'll give a Dolphin line out just outside that Clonmel 22 and a chance for them to really settle in and I suppose get a really fast start would be the key thing for them. Because when you look, especially, I'm not too sure if you've been aware of this too much this season, Joe, but the big thing we've noticed actually here this season has been in each of our 7 games so far, we've actually had a first score within the first 5 to 6 minutes. So it's a very fast start every time. So it'll be curious to see whether it be a Dolphin score or a Clonmel score, because it doesn't always go our way, but we'll battle away still. And that maul, which has been quite crucial all season, especially up front, to just with the 2 front rows this year. So Richie Heaslip up to take that one in anyways. Solid contest. His first chance now is Brian O'Mahony gets a chance to carry, and you can hear that clatter from up here. Ryan Foley now taking his time just to get himself set up, and Richie Heaslip working around. Incredible worker has Richie. He's just got that little spark in his step as well. Still very young. He still actually qualifies for under 20. Craig O'Connell getting his first chance to put a bit of pressure on, and Dolphin are now really starting to set their shape and put on see what kind of threat they can bring early on. Ryan Foley still just taking his time. Those forwards just kind of compact themselves between those two 15-metre channels. So the 2 wingers hanging out there just to try and provide some kind of option. They're going to go out back door this time. Jordan Soley on his hands on the ball, stepping inside. He's brought to ground well from Joey O'Connor, but the ball's loose. It's there in the hands of Craig O'Connell. Can he get it loose? He can't. Albie Fronick involved to take him to ground there, and I think he's gotten the turnover as well. So a big bit of work there from Albie for Clonmel. And a chance here just to... And they've got the penalty in the back of that as well. So it's a brilliant first defensive set from Clonmel, would you say, Joe?
Very good defence. Good tackle there from Freddie Davies out on the wing as well. And good break there from Andrew Daly. But so far, Clonmel are tackling well. Hopefully they'll keep going.
You can already see Jason Manu tipping his head on that line, expecting to come to him. But Carl Wanneman's kept that one in exceptionally well there. Everyone kind of thought he was going to go for the line out, but Ryan Foley's gone back to Carl. He's got a chance here. What's he going to do now? He steps around one. He's gone around two. It's going to take the third man before he goes to ground. Owen Sheen's over to clear that one out. Dolphin out. Game's back alive very fast. Brian O'Mahony with ball in hand this time. Good bit of support there from Darragh Sullivan. Just see how they can spread the ball here. A bit of a skip pass there to Andrew Jordan Soley. Spots a gap in behind here, has he? Into the 22. Boxes over that one now. Craig O'Connell's going to step in as 9. But the ball pops out now in the hands of Dave Byrne. Dolphin just kind of sitting now in this Clonmel 22, hoping to penetrate it somehow. Looked like a bit of a forward pass. It is. And unfortunately now that's 2 attempts, and we'll say 2 attempts squandered, but positive things from Dolphin so far anyways. They're really trying to bring a bit of pace to this game.
Clonmel are putting some good tackles in at this stage, so as I say, hopefully that will continue.
You can definitely hear the wind starting to pick up a bit as well, unfortunately. Everyone was nice and calm before the game, and well, you can never really tell what's going to happen, and the wind has really taken this game to a life of its own as soon as the game began. So our first stoppage of the game now as well, I believe, is that, I think it is actually Albie Fronach down on that far side, just getting a bit of shoulder treatment.
Yeah, that's Albert. Albert's missed a few games recently, but he's fit enough now to start today. He's a very, very good player, Albert. Good rugby brain on him.
I believe actually he played in the Junior 1 game a couple of weeks ago in the Dolphin versus Clonmel as well.
That's
and was
right, yeah.
Involved in that one.
Yeah. He's, as I say, he's got that rugby brain. He brings a calmness to the team as well, and players have confidence in him.
Now it's good to see he's back on his feet and ready to go again. Now, first scrum of the day. A real test for the front rows. I know it's not there's a couple of changes on both sides. I know Thomas Stransky has been not starting every game. Same Phil Elwood getting his second start this season. So big test now to see what can they make of this and how fast they can get the edge in their opposite numbers.
And Clonmel are holding it well there. Got to use it.
Just get a bit of front foot. It was taken there off the back now, and they're going to have a chance to break here.
Oh, great break.
Made some good ground into Dolphin half. It's a 2-1 here, but unfortunately that ball's gone forward, and it's going to be still loose. It's going to keep going. Now Cameron O'Shaughnessy on the ball. He's going to try and make a break down the wing as he kept it in. We're going to have to wait and see what the referee's call is, but
Missed opportunity there for Clonmel.
Absolutely, a great break there from number 13 Buttimer. Picking the back of the scrum from Daly and just straight through the gap there, and it's gotten Clonmel a good 20-30 metres out of that.
I think Clonmel will be disappointed there that they didn't take more advantage of that break.
You always try and create those basics, the 2-on-1s.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I suppose you give him a couple minutes just to adapt to the weather, and he'll
Yeah.
use that as his excuse for now anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Now another test for the two packs. Clonmel getting an early shove on here. This time they're looking to put a bit of pressure on this Dolphin pack, but it's coming out to the back there, and Ryan Foley's in control of it. Now Cameron O'Shaughnessy is going to go for a big kick up high. It's going to land in. It's going to bounce into the Clonmel 22, which is exactly what we want. No clean catch available, and looked like Musa had a bit of a tough catch in that one, but he's gotten that ball clear to touch, and Dolphin will have the line out.
You can see by the lines of the flag how strong the wind is.
Absolutely big favouring for Dolphin this first half, so they're going to make use of that to their advantage and get across early as much as they can.
Another Clonmel player down.
We've always found actually the hard ground pitch can be quite different to teams who aren't used to it. When you adapt, coming from the kind of the soft ground to the hard Astro, so we do kind of see a bit more of a attritional game sometimes. But hopefully now this one isn't too serious.
Clonmel have played on the 4G pitches a few times over the last couple of seasons, so we're kind of half used to it.
But interestingly, we're looking at getting our big stats man to look into just a few anomalies to see how Dolphin are performing just away from home versus at home, because obviously we've been so strong here so far this year, but the away form is when we've been lacking and actually showing up, because no matter what position of the pitch, we've actually outscored ourselves in a ratio of 3-1 at home versus away, and there's no difference whether that be the forwards or in the backs. They're just so much stronger. Of those 55 tries, I think an incredible 43 of them came here in Virgin Media Park. They love getting those bonuses here, and I'm sure, as I said earlier, they'll be looking to get a few of them out the backs and hopefully get over for themselves during the game.
Clonmel player Luke Hogan is up again. He'd be our most experienced player in the squad.
Be important for him today as well. I think it's a big test for the back three on a day like today, just to kind of, it's not slippy conditions, and that ball's been lost forward, just to mention the slippy Owen Sheehan, who's lost that line of time, and Clonmel have a chance to counter-attack, but a big hit there from Craig O'Connell. But magically Clonmel have still managed to get front foot ball now. It's an incredible bit of work there. And it seems to have a bit of an advantage here for an offside. What can Clonmel make from this now? So a lot of hands needed in this first half. Well read there from Carl Waterman just to put him back in that. And we'll go back now. Dolphin have to get themselves set very quickly. Which will be, we might see a bit of a game of two halves. Clonmel will be forced to run this a lot, I'd say, in the first half with the wind against them.
Very much so. Good carry there from Andrew Daly, our number 8. Very strong in the tackle.
You can see there Drew Musa just trying to make sure he finds his touch rather than get the distance, such as the wind.
We've seen from his first kick where he didn't get it into touch, so you wouldn't blame him for being certain this time.
As you're saying, I think it could be a very difficult game for the back three. I know, as we mentioned, Luke Hogan, it's going to be very important for them to just be busy all game, because you know when the wind's against you and the rain is impacted, the kicking game can be difficult to predict. And on a hard surface like this where it's fast and there's a lot of runners, he's going to have to work very hard to track his opposite number. Owen Sheehan tried to get up to intercept that one, but unfortunately he hasn't. But that ball is just kept inside there from number 9,
Dylan Cadigan.
Yeah. Now Clonmel will set this one off 9, keeping things tight so far just to set up a bit of shape. Looks like Manu is going to be set, or is Cadigan going to go for the box himself? He will. He's going to hit this one nice and high, but how far will it go? Who's going to go underneath it first? It's gone back off of Clonmel hands, so all is good, but unfortunately the offload doesn't go to hand. So a chance here for Clonmel to get a bit of a counter-attack here.
Freddie Davies with the ball, highest try scorer this season. Taken over from Darren Cass.
Ball looks loose there.
Poor knock-on from Clonmel.
And Dolphin will get the punt into the scrum. It's been a nice cagey affair. Both teams are really throwing everything at it so far. I suppose a sign of respect really that both teams are really just giving it their all, but neither's just gotten the edge in just yet.
An awful lot of the game so far is between the 22 and a halfway line on Clonmel's side, which you would expect with the wind.
First score could become quite crucial. I know Dolphin have been very important. They've never lost the game when they've scored, or they haven't lost the game when they've scored more than 7 in the first half. So I think that's going to be the magic number. But we'll see how the wind allows for this as the game develops.
Hopefully, maybe only 2 penalties. Keep it at 6.
Right, things get going now again. It's a little bit stop-starty as well. I know every time we get that stoppage, it seems to be a break and play. Players seem to be making the most of just to catch their breath. Good position now, just on that 15-metre line. A real chance here to pull some kind of move from the backs of the base of the scrum. It's a clean ball this time. Cameron Shocks with his in hands, and they're going to do some little loop coming in. Carl Waterman's come off his wing. He's got a chance. He's going to break it to 22 now. It's Carl Waterman. Will somebody able to catch him? He breaks the tackle just by taking the ground by Luke Hogan. He's going to be 2 or 3 metres short here now. Can Clonmel hold him up, get him to touch? Now Dolphin, 2-3 metres out. Can I get something from this? Brian O'Mahony looks to be the next man to carry. And is he going to be over? No, just short again. Slow it down. Just picking carries here, it seems. Just from that 9. Ball's there now at the base of the ruck. Ryan Foley leaving to his pack to do all the hard work here now. Again, just shy. I think it was Darragh Sullivan carried that time. Brian O'Mahony looking to take this one, or is he going to join the ruck? He's going to try carry. Is he going to be over? I don't know. They are.
Try this under as well.
And it's Finn Cowig, number 1. His first try for the season. A great move from the backs initially with Carl Waterman getting us in just shy of the line, and a couple of phases there. It looked like Brian O'Mahony just on the back. Finn Cowig on his inside picking that ball, and just the 2-man push over the line just to get him over. And a big score just to kind of settle the nerves.
Initially a great tackle from Luke Hogan to stop the Sundays Well winger going in for a try, but the strength of Sundays Well was just too much at the end for Clonmel.
Absolutely, it was incredible. I thought for a moment Carl actually strolled past him, but just clawed him down at the very last moment. And now Jordy steps up for his first attempt of the afternoon. And he's got it. Ever reliable this season, Jordan Soley. After our last game in Tullamore, he jumped the ranks. He's now 4th highest points scorer for the club. Not points scorer, conversion scorer for the club. He's 6th in top 10 points, believe it or not. And that brings him to 140 points for the season. He's now ahead of the likes of Tomas Quinlan. And Conor Manny is just behind Darrell Foley, in fact, with his conversions for the club now. Now, Clonmel get the ball underway. It's bounced back in the hands of Owen Sheehan. Now, Brian O'Mahony. Where's this going to go? Lovely flick on there from Craig O'Connell to Cameron O'Shaughnessy. Dolphin putting the ball through the hands just to try to see if they can get a break here, but it's come loose. And it's in the hands of Clonmel, and now it's in the hands of a Dolphin man, and we're going to be brought back for a double knock-on, unfortunately.
When the ball comes to Clonmel, they can't seem to just quite hold on to it correctly. But at least they're back up in the Sundays Well half, challenging.
Big response needed now. I suppose these next couple of minutes will be crucial just in terms of how the two sides will settle in. I know Clonmel will want to claw back a score as soon as they can, and having put into the scrum here will be a big chance to set foot. Dolphin now will be hoping to just hold him out and see if they can get a fast score of their own. It's solid at the back now, into the hands of number 12, and Moose is going to go for a little ball over the top. For Davis is taken down by his opposite number, and Dolphin going to try to swarm this ruck, are they? No, it's secure now. Garrett Huzaman has been lively so far. Multiple carries already. Clonmel really trying to work that ball off 10 and just kind of spread this Dolphin defence. We'll see what they can do now. Bit of a man-on-man here. It can be a matter of making tackles, but Albie Fronek, ever slippery, beats 2 of them. Clonmel now well and truly into this Dolphin 22, but it looks like they may have knocked it on themselves at the base of that ruck. And Dolphin will get away with that one now.
I have to apologise to Darren Cass for saying Clonmel were playing Sundays Well. My apologies, Darren.
It's good to see we've been kept on our toes at least, isn't it?
Absolutely, and there's people listening to us.
We haven't seen those comments yet. There'll be more of them.
Poor mistake there from Clonmel knocking on at the rock, but see how it goes from here in the 22.
Now again, scrum has been quite even so far with both teams. Dolphin going blind and Jordy with the easy exit. A lot of time in his hand, and he's got some good distance in that as well. Brings it up to the 10-metre line. A nice little reversal in the exit play from Dolphin. just as we settle into this game, we're already noticing the differences between the two sides. I know Clonmel are really trying to spread it wide. You see Grant Huseman has been a good carrier of the ball. Dolphin get up there and steal a line out time. But they're equally up on top of Ryan Foley as he grasped that one. Finn Cowig playing 9 on that occasion. It's a position I'm sure he'll know he always has dreamed to play. DB opted to not go for it this time, but it's loose and it's in the hands of Darragh Sullivan now. Just securing that ruck as Dolphin try and get themselves set up now. Cameron going off for the boot again, going for the high ball. He's done it a few times today, just to put a bit of a tester on. Solly's going to follow this one up, but it's taken well, and Albie's got a chance out for a counter-attack. He's going to carry the ball towards halfway before he meets a sweltering of Dolphin bodies to bring him to ground, and Clonmel now going to try pull something of their own. Drew Moose is going to try a little dink over the top. And will it come away? It will, just about.
Oh.
And he's going to have the 50-22 as well, I think, will he?
No, linesman hasn't given it.
Well, actually, it may have been brought back across the halfway line, so I don't know if that'll count for it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, would be.
So you can see, geez, the hard-working Dolphin president, Diesel McCarthy, and Bopper Taylor, always playing catch-up. When someone makes a mistake, Diesel's there to catch it up, putting down the flags as the game's already begun. Fair play, Diesel. He'll like that now later on when he listens back to this, I'd say. Now, clean take there from Richie Heaslip, and Ryan Foley's going to go straight to the boot now. As mentioned, a lot of kicking and a chance. How will Clonmel counter this time? They're trying to bring that ball wide. The hands of Harry Bottomer. He's going to try dink round one, but it's been taken down very cleanly, and Owen Sheen looks to have gone straight over that and stolen it, but he's done so illegally according to the referee.
Chance for Clonmel to kick into Dolphins 22. The wind seems to have dropped at the moment.
And Moose has made the most of that. I think he's got him just inside that 22-metre line as well now. First chance for Clonmel to really have an attacking line out. See what they can make from this.
Hopefully it'll be better than the last line out that they lost.
Just taking their time. Manoa making sure that ball is nice and dry for him.
Oh.
And they've held on to it just about. It was loose from the hands of Dylan Cadigan. He's going to give that pop off, and it's going to be
Brian
to
O'Dea.
Substitute actually Brian O'Dea, who's come off early, who's come onto the pitch quite early in this game. And a chance here as Manoa's getting some good yardage there, good carry from him now, and Clonmel are really on front foot, see what they can do from this here, but unfortunately it's gone loose again. As it's flicked up beautifully from Cameron O'Shaughnessy. Is he going to run away himself, is he? He runs into the 22-metre line, he's going to go all the way on his own here. And it's Scott Sexton, my mistake there. Scott Sexton's gone over. Incredible try. We see this one again, a beautiful little flick up into the hands. Some flick. We'll have that one on repeat now for the next few weeks.
Clonmel would be
a good 80-metre
disappointed.
stretch, and that's an extremely strong break for Dolphin just to put a bit of daylight between the two sides now.
Clonmel will be very disappointed. He's gone from attacking in the 22 to an intercept pass.
Scott Sexton, he's played in every single game so far this season. This will be his 15th start, one off the bench in his debut season at the club. Now 5 tries to his name as well. Be very happy with that return. That one of his best, I'd say. And unfortunately, no extras on this occasion from Geordie, but no matter. Dolphin have a 12-point lead now.
Clonmel will have to try and find some way to pick up some score in this half to get back into it.
Next score will be crucial for Clonmel. I know they've got that wind against them, but it'll be important just to, I suppose, keep that difference from getting too high so they have a chance in the second half to come back into it. Another high ball in this wind now, really to try to put some pressure on. Looks like it's gone forward. No, referee indicates it's gone backwards off a Clonmel hand. It's loose now. We'll see what kind of break they can get over towards that Timmy line, just inside the touch line. Albie stepping up as 9, little tip on there now. Some good yardage there from Clonmel. They're trying to bring a little bit of pace into it now, I think, but unfortunately just a little bit, forcing a little bit too much, and Buttermer's going to try to kick this one through. Straight into the hands of Jordan Soley though, and what can he do with this on the counter? He's going to make some ground just towards that Clonmel halfway. Skips through 1 or 2 passes now, and a chance here for Dave Byrne to take a carry. A big hit, equal from his opposite number there from Jason Manua. Cameron Shoxey goes backdoor to Craig Connell, as fortunately Dolphin themselves have just forced him in a little mistake. Owen Sheehan's on that one though. And now Carl Waterman's going to try and make a break. He's beaten 1, he's beaten 2, and takes tacklers 3 and 4 to bring him to ground.
Clonmel need to stick their tackles better than they are at the moment.
Bombing another strong carry. Strong engine on him. Drummy, unfortunately, has dropped this one though, and a chance for Clonmel, but it's a double knock on again, and I think we're just seeing the little bit of rain is making this pitch a bit greasy. Both teams kind of struggling to hold on to that ball.
Brian O'D has come on for Andrew Daly into the back row.
Must have been a little knock we had missed ourselves.
Yeah.
But now as we just give a little update around the league so far, I suppose we're near enough to the halfway stage of this first half. Elsewhere in the league, Monkstown currently lead Omagh 7-0. Scorty are only 3-0 up against Tullamore, a bit of a slower start there. Belfast Harlequins, unfortunately, on a bit of a poor run of things at the moment. Looks to be getting worse as Bruff lead them 7-3 up in Belfast. And the big game so far everyone's going to be looking at is going to be Middleton up away at Ballyclare. Ballyclare currently have the first score and they lead 7-0. So far Dolphin would be the happiest, I'd say, of the two teams. But I think crucially as this game goes on, which is going to be the importance just to see how we can really hold on to the ball and allow them to set up more and more phases and a bit more continuity. Now, another scrum. We'll take another breather before that one. Referee not too happy with how that one was set up. Never an expert, but I always assume it's the opposition's fault. It's been quite even so far in the battle of the scrum. I'd say Clonmel have just had the slight edge just in terms of getting that push, but they've not really gotten any returns from it so far. Dolphin maybe just a little bit in the lineup, but it's a bit tougher to control given the weather conditions. Optim blindness occasion, a little pre-planned move into the hands of Albie Fronick now. He's got Kyle Waterman on the spin and the ball's gone to ground, unfortunately, but Owen Sheen's grasped it and looks like Albie's calling for a knock on, but that ball's loose and the play needs to react now. Connor Drummy bounces 1 or 2 now. Dolphin's going to try to set this before they get themselves exited, I'd say. Ryan Foley looking to put that boot to the ball and get some good yardage on it in towards the Clonmel halfway, and Joey O'Connor comfortably takes that one in, but Craig Collins flat on top of him alongside Carl Waterman. Solid start from Carl Waterman, actually, just of note, making all his tackles, ever elusive when he's got ball in hand. Clonmel again going back towards that short side, but Dolphin are even with numbers, and Jordan Soley's over that one, see if he can get that one. Referee says no, and Clonmel will continue pestering against this pesky Dolphin defence. A little break off the pillar there from Cadigan as he isolated, and Manoa is going to get there just to secure that one. And now we see Tom O'D carry that one on his own. Some one-off carries come from Clonmel, but that's where there's a little gap, and Owen Sheen tries to spin that one out, and it's loose into the hands now of Cameron Shoxey. What can Dolphin do here on the counter-attack? He's going to try to put that one in behind. The ball's going to just edge towards that 22-metre line. Chance for Dylan Cadigan, but he's not made it, and it's going to be a 50-22 for Dolphin.
Clonmel's handling is not quite as crisp as it should be.
It's really letting down so far.
Yeah, it's been a real letdown for them. Maybe it's the wind, but they'll have to improve it definitely in the second half.
Absolutely going to be a game of two halves, especially just the way the wind is. I know it feels like it's starting to settle down a little bit up here, but up in the gantry is very different to down in the pitch. But on that occasion there...
Yeah, you can see the flags are still blowing.
We can see on that occasion, though, Cameron Shock just a little dinking behind, and the bounce just not settling for Dylan Cadigan to really get his hands on that one comfortably. Looks to be a break in play. Is that I wonder, is that Dave Byrne who's down just getting a bit of treatment? Kind of hard to tell from here.
Clonmel player down, Albert Fronick.
It's second time getting treatment for him as well. I think I'm seeing a call for rotation. That's not a good sign for Albie. The DB gets back to his feet again. But it looks like Albie's day is done, I think, and we might be seeing Alex Sheehan come on. I wonder, will we see a little shift with Luke Hogan? I know he can play fullback.
Alex can play fullback as he's normally a scrum half.
Actually, Dylan Cadigan I've seen is playing fullback as well as 10, so I wonder, will he make the shift back and put Alex into 9?
I would imagine he'll put in Alex at fullback, but I could be wrong, as I say.
It's good to have those options, but never nice to have the change forced on you especially at this stage. But Alex Sheehan, who made his 50th cap earlier this season for the club, son of President Johnny Sheehan. It's always nice to have the president have their young man playing as well. Not cleanly taken, but it's in the hands of a Dolphin player at the back of the line out. But unfortunately, there's been a grievance the referee ain't happy with. I think that might have been a little disconnect before they tried to set that maul. So we're going to have a scrum to put into Clonmel.
Alex has gone in at scrum half. Dylan has dropped back to fullback. Clonmel have a 4-1 split on the bench today, so they better hope there's no more injuries to the backs.
It's always tough when you're limited with the 5 on the bench. Dolphin have also gone for the 4, and I think it's a very common procedure. Get your 2 front rows and a back row and a back.
Yeah. I always remember at junior level it used to be 6, and that was an ideal. You'd have 4 forwards, 2 backs. Everybody was happy.
Absolutely. Especially with the rotating subs there. Alex Sheehan getting his hands on the ball immediately though with that first punt into the scrum. Joey O'Connor takes that one in and gets some good yardage. Bit of front foot. Now Manoa going to take that one in, and he's made some great ground there actually,
Jason
right up
Manoa.
towards that. Just shy of that Clonmel 10-metre line now. Put a bit of sprinkling into that step for Clonmel. Trying to get fast ball around the corner. It could be an isolated carry here from
Jim Brannock, Bombi.
And out just towards the middle of the pitch, see what they can do now. Tom O'Dea stepping in at 9 this occasion, just picking and going on his own. And now Clonmel just bring the ball just into the Dolphin half, leaking over, and it's been dinked through the gap and behind. It's going to be a chase on here with a number of Clonmel fellas over it, but Ryan Foley gathers that one in comfortably, and Dolphin just about secure it. Cameron Shoxley goes for the big kick down the other end, as he's done so often this game, but a chance here now for Drew Musa just to give Clonmel a counter. It's not really always gone to fruition for Clonmel so far, but they're making some ground this time. They've kept the ball in hand. Joey O'Connor bringing that one to ground.
Clonmel need to be a bit crisper with those moves out the back. They seemed hesitant there as they passed it along the line.
He slipped putting the pressure, but just sliding off that tackle, and a chance here for Clonmel to finally put some phase together. Tom O'Dea has made some ground, and it's true, but unfortunately
Tom O'Dea pulls your forward pass.
Just as Clonmel thought they may have gotten that break.
Good lead up to it, so Clonmel has just got to keep doing more of that. Make the passing crisper, quicker.
Absolutely.
But they'll be encouraged by that.
Absolutely. Finally managing to string a few phases together and really just almost there. Almost. Another chance to take a breath again. I think it's Finn Kellogg on this occasion needing a bit of treatment. It's certainly proving to be a nutritional game. Now the forward pass. Dolphin have to put into the scrum now. Again, I wonder will we see them try run this ball from deep? They've done it quite often this season actually. They'd work that loop off 12 and have that blind winger chasing, but they seem to be standing in a different position, so I wonder will they go for an exit or are they going to try something different? Kind of a 50-50 split in the Dolphin back so far. A little bit of chatter coming between Jordy and Cam, deciding as to who's going to take that ball, I think. But a chance here to go blind with a 2-on-1 if Dolphin get a strong hold, and go left for Cameron Shoxey, who kicks that ball straight down the middle of the pitch. Dolphin happy to let Clonmel kind of run it back at them as they've done all game so far now. See if they can force a mistake. Ball into the hands of Freddie Davis is brought to ground there from Owen Sheehan. This time Cantwell goes down, but he's been grieved and taken high from Conor Drummy. And Sheehan takes this one quick, and Clonmel back into Dolphin half now, trying to keep this ball alive. Callaghan now, the two nines linking together. And now Tom O'D takes that one in, kind of holds for a second, but no one from Dolphin really getting to ground. But a big tackle there from number 11, Dara Buckley. Just to kind of give it a bit of a dominant hit, just to reawaken that Dolphin defence. Clonmel have been doing very well so far, just to kind of catch him on the little swivel of the hips, really get a catch him behind. And a good spot there from Sheehan, who's going to go for a kick behind now. Cameron Shock's going to try to get that one with a bounce just about working in his favour. He's got time now, and he's going to beat his man before he goes for the boot. And a strong exit. He's kept that one in, and he's going to, I think he got that one all the way into the Clonmel half as well. Fantastic kick there from Cameron.
Clonmel are probing well at the moment. Joe O'Connor is looking for the gap all the time, just not quite getting it yet.
We'll see a first substitute now of the day for Dolphin. I think that's Dalton O'Shaughnessy coming on. Interestingly, it looks to be Dave Byrne making way. So, has Dalton made a move to the front row? This will be something new. Dave Byrne going to get some rest. Cap number 98 today for Dave Byrne. Just 4 tries to his name alongside that. His 4th start this season with 7 sub-appearances alongside that. I'm sure he'll take his couple of minutes to catch his breath before he'll get another run out later in the game. As we see James Vaughan also on the bench, getting warmed up, ready to come on. A lot of hard work being done in the pack today from both sides. I imagine we'll see a lot of rotation as players get tired as the game wears on.
Well, it's very much a 20-man game these days with the fitness levels that are required.
Absolutely, I think it's even more than 20. You could argue it's a full panel of 30 players, as you'll get injuries and everything during the season, as we've seen there. Garrett Huseman back there after taking a little bit of treatment. And now we'll restart again now with a Clonmel line out just inside their own half. It's gone a little bit crooked, and it's gone to the hands of a Dolphin man. Very difficult to get those right in these windy conditions, but Dolphin will eat that one up and see what they can do from it here now. Ryan Foley dictating the pace. Cameron Shoxey, haven't seen Craig O'Connell on the ball too much, but he goes wide. Carl Wallen's got a chance, he's going to dink it over one. Jordy's going to be with him, Ben's going to go in his favour. It will he get it to the ground? No, he won't. He's going to go all the way himself as he joins. Jordy's over. Incredible bit of work there. Craig O'Connell, more of a distributor today than we've seen in recent games. Ever so a slight drift forward, but referee didn't see it. Good kick there from Carl Waterman, and Jordan continuing his support on the inside, and Jordy will run that one in for his 6th try of the season to extend his points tally himself. He's a chance now to add the extras.
Just going to say, Clonmel will be disappointed to give that try away so close to half time. But as Owen said, there was a hint of a forward pass there, but some go for you, some go against you.
Absolutely. It's another one that Clonmel have really been staying in the fight, but it just seems to be some soft conceding issues there.
You could almost say the first 2 tries, or all 3 tries now, have been from Clonmel attacking and then not been quite switched on enough. Just
off the post this time. So 1 from 3 from Jordy, but he's got his 5 points to his name. So Dolphin extend that lead to 17 points.
And I was hoping Dolphin had only scored 6 in the first half. That didn't work out so well for me.
There's still you never know. As long as maybe it's Clonmel who'll get the 6. We've got a few minutes to go yet.
Well, the other thing with Clonmel, every game we've played this season, we've taken at very worst a losing bonus point out of. So hopefully we'll be getting something out of this game yet.
With the win coming the second half and a chance to chat, I wonder, will there be a change in game plan? I know Dolphin have really gone for a different game plan today. As we seen Cameron Jackson kicking a lot and kicking deep, just allowing Clonmel to counter, having to run it back against the wind so often. Another high tackle there though from Dolphin, and I wonder is the referee going to have a word now? Just with Dolphin, O'Shaughnessy is going to call over Cameron Craig O'Connell. And see another substitute there. James Vaughan has finally made his entrance to the pitch in place of Conor Drummy.
I think a card would have been very harsh there. They were in close proximity to one another, so
yeah,
something and nothing.
Yeah, I think now is that the third high tackle against Dolphin though, so probably a warning from the referee. Unfortunately, the kick from Musa.
Oh, brilliant from Freddie Davis! Drew Musa's kick wasn't going to make touch, but Freddie was right underneath it and bet the Dolphin lad to the ball from 2 yards out and got over the line. So, brilliant response. That will boost Clonmel going into the second half.
You could see there, Drew Musa, as soon as he kicked it, he knew it was wrong, but it shows the importance of how important it is to follow up on that. And Freddie Davis, I should say.
Bit of a Mac Hansen there from the Ireland-France match last year.
And just,
Kickoff.
I suppose that little bit of luck, a little bit of spark that Clonmel really needed just to kind of keep themselves in.
Well, that's why Freddie is our highest try scorer this year. He sees a chance. He's got speed, but that was using his brains there to be under it. All wingers should always be underneath the kick when they come down. Oh. Unfortunately, the conversion attempt from Joey went wide, but Clonmel will still be buoyed by that score before half-time.
Absolutely, finally just get something on the board. Very important score there for Freddie Davis. So it shows the fight to never give up. And now, as we'll get going again, I'll just give you one final wrap around of the score so far this half. Monkstown currently lead Omagh 19-14. A resurgent Omagh actually have been getting stronger in recent weeks. Scorty are currently leading Tullamore 8 points to 3. Bruff still lead at Belfast 7 points to 3. And Ballyclare still ahead 7 points to 0 at home to Middleton.
Very good clearance kick there from Alex Sheehan. So bring the ball up to the 10-metre line in the Clonmel half. But considering the wind, excellent kick.
Absolutely. I think now this is going to be a real nice way for Clonmel just kind of settle themselves. They've gotten that off that 0 points. They're back in the game. Just about controlling what they can do now. And they've stolen that line out as well. They'll be very, very happy with that. Start growing into this game now with more and more. Big test for Dolphin here, how they can handle these next couple of minutes and just see out the end of this first half. But unfortunately, no. Alex Sheehan decides he's had enough, and so it's going to be half-time here in Virgin Media Park. Dolphin 17, Clonmel 5. Brilliant stuff. It's going good. You're still in it?
Yeah.
just before we get started now for the second half, just another message just to put out there, just to say again, thanks for everyone's support. And we can always see Frankie Soley always watching over from New Zealand. George's been putting a great performance so far. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. But just as we give you all these streams for free, if you want to give us a little bit of support, there's a thing there just to donate us the price of a coffee, just to help keep this thing going. As second half gets underway, a nice little offload to Jason Manoa, who's been quite lively so far in this game. He's got some strong carries. We'll see now how Clonmel get a shift into the second half. They've definitely had the better end of the half of the two teams. Carl Waterman there now is going to have a chance of his own to break. He's one of those elusive figures. You never know where he's going to go. You never know where he's going to even go himself, but he'll go forward anyways. Finn Cowie with a strong carry himself. I suppose both sides now will be eager to kind of settle into the second half as fast as they can. Phil Elwood.
Driving by Jerry Hoosman and Jason Manua.
Big hit there actually, yeah, from Clonmel. It's quite a fast start from both sides. Cameron Shock's a little dinkum behind. And he's going to win the penalty as well. And I wonder, is the referee going to go to the book here, is he? Yeah, and it's going to be yellow card for Tom O'Dea.
Silly from Tom. Start the second half when we need everybody on the pitch to try and claw back some of that lead that Dolphin have.
It's a very, very soft penalty, all right. And just gives Dolphin a chance to settle into this half now with the extra man for 10 minutes as Geordie brings us deep into that Clonmel half now. The wind is starting to die down just a little bit, but it's still quite strong here, so can't rule that out. Clonmel definitely will have the advantage in the second half to just boot that ball along, and we'll see how they alter their game plan.
See if Clonmel can take advantage like Dolphin did in the first half with the line out.
Comfortable take there on this occasion for Richie Heaslip in the middle of that line out now, and Dolphin set the maul. Strong maul. It's really the first time we've had a chance to truly see it act, and it's getting some good meters. Just on the edges, 22. Can Dolphin get inside of it? No. And they're happy to go blind here, and there's a chance here for Carl Waterman. Can he dink around one or two? No, he's brought to ground, but he's gotten them across that 22 threshold. Brian O'Mahony carrying on this occasion. We see Ryan Foley really trying to bring it a pace this game from the 9. Good tip on there from Craig Conlon to Darragh O'Sullivan. Just looking to try to spread the ball here, Dolphin. Just try to stretch this Clonmel defence and try and find the gap as they lack that as Dolphin make use of that extra man. Dalton O'Shaughnessy this time carrying. And again, Ryan Foley just spreading that ball. Nice tip on there to James Vaughan. This Clonmel defence is holding quite strong, and they have the advantage from the knock-on, and the referee gone for the whistle. He has.
Clonmel would appreciate that good tackle by Jerry Hoosman. But in the last maul, you could see where Clonmel was suffering from losing Tom O'Dea. That's about the first time in the game that Clonmel have been pushed backwards like that.
But as well, credit as well to them, to both sides, just trying to stretch the ball. Dolphin really just trying to find any gap they can, but Clonmel holding their own, kept that ball around the 22-metre line. And I suppose the danger at this stage in these kind of conditions is as the more phases you go through, the more I suppose you're just increasing the chance of a knock-on or an error from the attacking team, and from either side, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And fair dues to both teams. They're trying to play an expansive game, considering the wind and everything like that. They're not relying on just kicking it.
And we see
Jim Devaney coming on for Clonmel, replacing Tony Cantwell.
Changing the Dolphin side as well. So you see Jack Fox come back for the first time in a while now. Great man to have in the front row is Jack Fox. It looks like Finn Cowg's making way. I think he's come off because of an issue with his boot, so he'll hopefully get that sorted in a couple of minutes and get him coming on again. As we have a moment to say a quick shout out to Brian and Dave's sister, Niamh O'Mahony. She's been watching every game, be it at home or on stream. She'd do a baby any day now, so she's watching home while husband Jack is away playing for Galwegians against Clogher Valley. So I hope she's well rested, and I hope you're enjoying the coverage so far.
This scrum will be interesting now with Clonmel down a man.
Absolutely.
I think they've taken one of the backs, have gone in.
Good put that pressure on, all right, but they went fast. And a very good exit, in
Yeah,
fairness to them. A nice
yeah.
little switch around at the back of that scrum from 10 back inside to 12.
Yeah, back to Dylan Cadigan, who has dropped to full back. Excellent kick there.
Really making use of that win just to bring play just inside that Dolphin half. Dolphin will have to put into the lineup, but interesting to see actually from a Dolphin perspective. I think I'll have to look again as the scrum's gone, but I believe that they've Dolphin O'Shaughnessy, who's normally he started as a back row, he's worked in second row, but he's now actually playing in the front row today, so he's been some big performance from him. A nice tip on there now news to James Vaughan, eager to make some yards. Vaughany, one of our Centurions, as he does, and a good bit of pace. Dolphin really bringing some energy to this all of a sudden now. Ryan Foley really dictating this pace. Jordy dinking it through. Not the greatest
from
kick.
Dylan Cadigan.
Pressure now on, see how they'll counter this one out.
Clonmel need to get their line here in defence.
Cameron Shock's easy steps past one. He's going to take that hit and see now how they set up for an exit here. Playing into the wind, hands are going to become crucial.
Dolphin are making a little bit of ground at contact. They're making that 1 or 2 metres each time that they weren't in the first half.
Spread wide to Jordan Soley now, see what he can do. Nice inside pass to Richard Heath. He's got a man with him. He does. He got Craig O'Connell. Brings the ball just inside to the Clonmel half.
Great tackle from Alex Sheehan there.
Big hit
fabulous
there.
hit from Brian O'Dea and Jason Manua.
They lined that one up perfectly because the tip on looked equally as good to Jack Fox, and they gave him a nice little welcome to the game. Phil Elwood taking that one, and we haven't been able to see too much of him today so far, unfortunately, but I'm sure he'll make himself known as the game goes on. Dolphin going blind again now. And I think Clonmel have ripped that one actually at ruck time. They have. A chance for a counter of their own now is Freddie Davis on the ball. Chance here, they're going to try to spread this one through the hands. They've got numbers out wide if they use it into hands of Drew Musa.
Nice dummy pass from Joey O'Connor, but has he kicked it too long?
It's going to be a race to the feet here. Who's going to get there first?
And
it looks like it's going to be there from Luke Hogan.
Luke Hogan! Brilliant! Very reminiscent of his try here in the Junior Cup final when he raced up the wing and got the touchdown.
And as you say, it's the luck of the cause to go against you. I think he was actually in front of the kicker, but we won't say nothing.
I'll say nothing.
It was a brilliant footwork. He never gave up.
Like I won't mention the forward pass in the first half.
They cancel each other out, we'll be fine.
Swings and roundabouts.
And now Clonmel are certainly back into this game. I think that, and it's just from 2 moments.
Excellent kick from Joey O'Connor. Back on track, but he did have the wind behind him.
And that's the kind of boot and accuracy you want to see from the man who's got the most points across all 5 divisions of the AIL. That brings him up to 187 points for the season.
So
Ever reliable off the boot.
Back to a 1-score game.
And we are right alive now. But again, I think the crucial thing about both scores from Clonmel today, and actually if you look from Dolphin, has just been little bits of luck, but more than that has been the work rate behind it. Clonmel, it's been the work of the 2 wingers, the work rate, just not giving up and continuing through, and the Dolphin side just really capitalising on every mistake they can make. And I think that's going to be the tail of the game, just with the way the conditions are going. As you can see, that ball just hanging in the wind, taken there from Alex Sheehan just outside the 22 now, so they can't hit that one straight out. So they'll set a phase before they boot that ball with Clonmel. Manoa there carrying that one in. And the boot is the call, and they've gone for a high and contested one, so he was underneath this one. It's bounced into the hands of Cameron Shoxley. What's he going to do with it? He's going to try carry himself, and is he on his own? He looks like he's knocked that one forward, I'd say. He has, just trying to force that offload, and you get a sense that the game is starting to come into Clonmel's hands, and they're really growing into it now.
Clonmel will be very pleased with that last strike, considering they were down to 14 at the time. So they should only be a couple of minutes away from getting back up to 15 again.
Seeing a change there as Dave O'Mahony joins the fray. Darrell Sullivan takes a break. The O'Mahony brothers, that brings them up to 236 caps between the two of them. The second most for brothers within the club. an incredible achievement for the Omani family. I feel like they've been here their entire lives. They'd want to be with that kind of high ceiling of the caps. I think they're near. Actually, I think they're closing, coming up on the Keishans at 264. So we'll see what they can do soon. But pressure coming at scrum time. But Clonmel holding off now, and I know they got a spring in their step now as they try to put a bit of pace into this game now. O'Connor on that ball. Dolphin up to meet him equally as fast there as Craig Connell puts in a good hit. Just we'll see how important defence comes because there's all the energy. But as you say, Clonmel still are down a man, so it's crucial that Dolphin really just kind of keep this as it is and not lose their heads too much. Great read there from Craig O'Connell and an equally good hit. Dolphin trying to just slow everything down as much as they can. And they do, and Clonmel decide to go for the boot. They have time now for Carl and for Geordie just to see that one out. But unfortunately that one is
very unlucky
gone.
There for Clonmel.
Yeah.
Drew Moose, so just bounced the wrong side of the post for him.
And see me going for I think the referee was asking if we wanted to scrum there, but we're going to scrum this one down on the 10-metre line.
Clonmel will be disappointed with that, but as I said, a little bit unlucky. Good idea.
Really just trying to get a bit of control in this game territorially.
Yeah. Another minute or two before Tom O'D is back on the pitch.
Looking to see, is he warming up for himself? Not yet, but he's just stretching away now. The jacket's still on, so he's got a bit of time yet, but crucial for Dolphin now just to settle down. This is going to eat up a bit more time on the clock, which they won't like. And I think importantly as well as this game goes on with the wind in their back, what will suit Clonmel is just eating away and tipping away the clock if they get a chance to go for the points.
Absolutely, yeah. As I say, when they get back to 15 now, they might be able to start playing more of the game in the Dolphin half.
Now, Ryan O'Foley puts that one in. And a strong push from this Dolphin pack. Heesa pops that one off, and Dolphin going for a little play here. Geordie on the receiving end of this one, from a little flick inside from Craig O'Connell. Equally met there from a good tackle from Clonmel, and it's been knocked forward. And the errors that we saw in the first half from Clonmel are starting to affect Dolphin, it seems.
Yes, some good tackling there from Jerry Hoosman and Alex Sheehan. Alex putting in a lot of tackles since he came on.
Absolutely, and just to compound that error as well, Clonmel are now up to their full 15 again.
And hopefully no more cards for Tom.
All right, it's going to be an important scrum now for Clonmel just to kind of keep this pressure that they've been putting on. Dolphin equally need to, I keep saying they need to settle down, but they just need to get a little bit of control back into this game.
A lot of the game is still being played in the Clonmel half, even though they have the win. So Clonmel need to get up there and start putting some pressure inside
good scrum there,
Dolphin
pressure
half.
from both sides. It's taken us a while to come out, but it's out now, and a chance for Clonmel to attack. They're going to try to stretch this one, a nice little easy in behind, but unfortunately it's not going in the way in Moose's favour, and it's two in a row. He's hit out in the full.
Ball landed on the line.
And as I say, Clonmel need to get their bit of control, but when they're taking their chances, they're not making the most of it.
They're not reading the wind quite correctly. It's like the kick from Drew Musa that went over the dead ball line. They're just a fraction out with their kicks.
Now, comfortable take now from Richie Heaslip. Phil Elwood, crucially, he's been getting all of his line-out throws straight, which is difficult in these conditions, and he's going to drive this one from the back now as the Dolphin maul is set and some growing in strength, actually. Clonmel doing what they can to disrupt it, and looks to be on the back there. He's been called to use it now, so where's that ball going to be? It's there, and it's handed to Ryan Foley, and Dolphin have a chance now. Brian O'Mahony on the ball. What's he going to do with it? Takes one, bounces off him, and it looks like Hogan's going to have to give up, take him down. Dolphin have the man extra out wide here. Can they make use of it? No.
Clonmel could be in trouble here if the ball goes out wide for Clonmel, yeah.
Jordan Stone's got that ball over the corner. He's going to get there easy. He's just shy. Is he going to get it over? I think it's going to be held up. It will be.
Brilliant from Clonmel. Dylan Cadigan holding him up. Clonmel got away with one there. But the Dolphin
We
had
were
the space.
kind of talking over ourselves there for a moment.
Yeah.
I think I missed it. You were watching that. So one of us doing the game, one of us doing the UFC there, I'd say. So you have to give me a little rundown because there's still words being spoken between the two players.
That's Jim Devaney for Clonmel. But excellent tackle from Dylan Cadigan to hold up the Dolphin lad.
So just see a little replay of that, actually. I'm not sure if we'll catch it, but Dolphin they had their numbers out wide, and Jordan Soley just tries to get on the inside, but Hogan gets the perfect wrap as he rolls over, just to get that held up. And the momentum Jordy was going at, there was no way he was going to get that one down. So now referee will have a chat with the captains, and we'll see what'll come of this.
It's been a reasonably calm game. Not too much niggle in it, so it's a little bit unusual.
I think nothing more than a cop on, I'd say, from the referee.
More than likely. Clonmel on the try line now, but they need to start making some inroads into the Dolphin half.
Big kick needed here, and he'll get it with the wind in his back. Time now for Carl Waterman to take this one, see what's he going to do with it. He's going to go for a little step. You can always bank on that. Ever confident in himself when he's running with the ball is Carl. Now Dolphin just in the edge of their own half. What can they do with it here now? Vaughan on that, tries to get the offload. Well held there from from Jordan Soley, but it's been ripped by Clonmel, and they've got the ball back now.
Thomas Stransky has it.
And Dolphin need to react fast now in defence. And they're going to go for a little dink through, but it looks like Dar Buckley read that one. He's going to have time to take this one in. Leaves that ball bounce to come to him. He's going to have a chance. He's not been in this game too much so far today, but he's gone through that first tackle. It's loose now in the hands of Phil Elwood. And this game is really starting to come to life as a bit of a battle. Both teams trying to get in control of things. Settle down now. We can feel the crowd starting to just watch themselves and soak it in. Dolphin just trying to slow this pace, I think, and find a gap. Craig O'Connell will.
Oh, well done,
Great tackle, but an equally as good offload now to Owen Sheehan. What can he do with that ball? He's getting a good couple metres there. Cameron's over to seal that one, as is Craig. Not the cleanest pass to Brian O'Mahony, but this Clonmel defence are coming up fast, and they're really meeting this, cutting out any of this Dolphin threat. Ryan Foley just trying to control his forwards. Dalton and Shock's going to take this in this time. It's big carrier is Dalton. And I think we're going to go for the box. Big chase needed here. It's going high. It won't go far. Who's underneath it? Vaughan is the only one who wanted to go for it. He's claimed it, and he's won the penalty as well.
Oh, the Clonmel players stood off there waiting for somebody to come up while they were all onside. Somebody should have gone for it.
So you can just see here on the replay, nice high ball, and nobody near him to take that one in, and then a high tackle just allowing Dolphin a bit of breathing room to try and put that ball into that Clonmel half again. Jordy Soley doing a great job there. As you see, the wind is kind of picking up again. And I think this next 10 minutes could be quite crucial, just to see, as legs start to tire just a little bit, can someone inject a spark now? And now again, Richie Heatham takes that one. He's been the more dominant taker of the line of time today. Dolphin have the advantage, and the ball is there for them. See what they can do here now. Ryan Foley opts to try and do something different now. Craig Connell's going to chase that one through as he kicks in behind. Little chatter, but Clonmel eventually decide who's going to get it, but it won't matter. And Dolphin will have the penalty.
Clonmel coming in from the side. Silly penalties like that don't help Clonmel's cause.
I know, not only a couple minutes later from the first one, bit of a tighter angle, but Jordy will really push that ball. Superb kick. Brilliant stuff there from Jordan Soley. And Dolphin just outside the 5 metre channel, I suppose about 6 metres out, we'll say. A real chance, and their maul has been proven to be a bit testy now as this game has gone on. So big ask now for Clonmel to try and hold them up now.
Clonmel will need to be very alert at this line out.
Now, Richie Heath has been the man taking these all day today so far. Will it go to him again? It will, and Clonmel will allow him to do it. They're just going to set this small defence. But Dolphin still managed to get it set, and there's a big heave coming from this crowd. Phil Elwood, they've brought it down now, just a couple metres short. Ryan Foley on that ball. Deemed legal from the referee. Everyone just trying to get involved and disrupt it now. Pick and go that time. Ryan Foley really egging on his forwards just to work that bit harder. It's going to be pick and go time from here, I think. Great bit of defensive play there, putting them backwards.
Jim Devaney getting in there for Clonmel and helping to drive him back, but Dolphin have it again.
Bomb gets out a bit more front foot. They're going to go back door here. It seems it's a chance here for Cameron Shoxey. He's going to bounce off his first man, but he's back a couple metres. And I'm going to meet him. No, Cameron's going to be through, is he?
Unless they hold him up.
There's a chance here out wide if they go left. Hands there for Phil Elwood. Can't get the ball out in time. Well up to meet him out of this Clonmel defence. Now, Dave Manny, big hit there. No arms, I think. The referee's put his hand out for advantage. So a chance here for Dolphin. They've got the free play, but no, the referee's going to blow it up. And I think he might be going to the book again.
Luke Hogan, yes.
Just getting a bit of a talking to it. Lucky boy he is, especially that far out. So now, Dolphin are going to take their 3.
We'll push them out to 8. And they're that close to the post now. This is nearly almost definitely gone over.
Two score game. Looks like Phil Elwood is getting a bit of treatment himself now as well. He might be close to the post, Jordy, but certainly not going to be easy with this wind. He's going to be kicking into. He's going to need some strength and accuracy to get this one over.
I think Clonmel were lucky there now not to concede a try, so they'll almost be happy to get out of here with just conceding the 3 points. But they will need to get back up and start playing more of the game in the Dolphin half.
And he's got it. Jordy Soley just adding 3 points now, just extending that lead to 8 points, as we were saying. Dolphin now leading 20 points to 12. As you see Dave Byrne come back into the fray. As we mentioned, Phil Elwood would come alive in the second half, and he did. He put in some big carries there just towards the end, but I think he's going to take a bit of a breather.
Brandon Delicato's come on as a replacement hooker for Liam Ryan for Clonmel.
Now, just a little score update. Some big scores, actually, that we've missed out on. Monkstown have really... It's a big game, actually, out there now in Monkstown. They lead 31 points to 21 at Oma. Scorty still lead 8-3 at home to Tullamore. Belfast Harlequins still 7 points to 3 down. Fortunately, Richie's locked that one on as there's a chance there. Clonmel have a break here, but we'll just finish these up. Crucially here, I think the big news is Ballyclare have extended their lead. They lead Middleton 24 points to 5, which could have some real ramifications at the top of the table, which we'll look into later on. Now back to this, Drew Moose on the ball. See what Clonmel can do from here now. Joey O'Connor, they want to get a score for themselves here as they have the wind on their backs. You really see the tail is starting to wag. There's a bit of energy coming this Clonmel side, but a big hit there from Scott Sexton. Exactly what you needed.
Clonmel lucky to hold on to it there.
Absolutely. Craig O'Connell was nearly out in on that ball as well. And this defence is really starting to clatter the Clonmel attack. Soft tackle there, unfortunately, though.
Good break by Thomas Stransky.
Joey O'Connor again carrying that one. And things just slowing down again. Dolphin having a chance to set their defence. Clonmel keep things a bit tighter now. Still just trying to get that ball around that third man in the defensive channel, but not doing so successfully here. They have the advantage now, though. Chance here to go wide if they want. Buttimer just trying to dance around one or two. He's tried a couple of times, so it's not working for him. Not making much ground. His tip on has gone loose, but I think they're going to go back now for a penalty against Dolphin. I don't know if that's going to be for an offside now or what, but we'll see now. Not rolling away is the call, and Clonmel, you'd imagine, will take the 3 points as well from this distance with the wind in the back.
Tony Cantwell's back on for Clonmel for replacing Jim at Brannock. And Joey going for the posts.
You'd imagine with the reliability of that man's boot that it should become 20 points to 15. Just a chance for us to get a moment to breathe and just soak it all in as things are starting to get, the intensity ramps up here.
Yeah.
Ever reliable is Joey O'Connor. Cuts the gap now. It's Dolphin 20 points, Clonmel 15. Just 5 points in it now. And as the second half wears on, the intensity will come more and more. As you've seen, there's been a lot of late scores to win games this season. Not many of them here, though, so there's going to be a bit of anxiety in this crowd, a real desire for them to...
Clonmel need to gather this ball from the kickoff and get back into the Dolphin half.
Crowd. A good crowd, in fairness, we must admit, today here in Virgin Media Park. It's great to see such strong support. Good kick and follow up there is Dart Buckley. Good hit, but Manoa is going to be there and he's bounced off one or two. He's been a brilliant carrier today, Jason Manoa. And Clonmel now going to go for the boot just to get a bit of territory again on Dolphin, but it's been blocked down. It's not going to go, but whose hands are going to meet? It's loose. No one seems to want that one, but it looks like James Vaughan's on that ball for Dolphin. But Clonmel are going to win the penalty.
Bit of luck there for Clonmel, because one of them should have gone for the loose ball, but didn't.
Fortunate there. First man on that ball was James Vaughan, but it looks like no one else wanted to go with him. So see, Brian O'Mahony now will make way after a very good stint today, and we'll see Conor Drummy come back on. It's Joey O'Connor, not the cleanest of strikes, but he's got enough.
Line out for Clonmel, close to the Dolphin 10-metre line.
Just see Jason Manoa is taking a bit of a hit now, actually, after that. His last couple of carries. Just give him a moment to receive some treatment.
Yeah, he's carried very well today, Jason. Seems to be well up for it today.
Absolutely. I've noticed every time he's carried that ball, he seems to be making front foot carries. He's never been driven backwards. Now it's going to be a very important line out just to see.
Replacement hooker Brandon Delicato throwing in now for Clonmel.
But it's been robbed, and it's
lost.
a good bit of work there from Owen Sheehan into the hands of Dalton O'Shaughnessy now. What can Dolphin do here? Can they set something? Clonmel trying to get hands to disrupt this. Ryan Foley trying to get people close just to set themselves up. Dave O'Mahony get the carry. Owen Sheehan with the clear out as well. The ball is there, but it's cagey. Richie Heesup's going to take this one and carry it. Pick and go from him. Ryan Foley happy to his forwards do the work. As he gets the call now from the referee to use it, he's going to go for the boot, I think. Big chasing as Clonmel start to cut back. It's gone very, very high. Again, who's underneath it? Craig O'Connell. He's knocked it forward.
Well, Thomas Stransky.
And the bounce of the ball, crucial as you're saying today, and unfortunately it's gone forward, but it's also gone forward from Clonmel. But luckily they'll have to put into the scrum.
What looked like a chance there for Clonmel. Unfortunately, they knocked it on. Chance was missed. But luckily they've got the scrum on the halfway line.
Couple of changes in the Dolphin pack now since we've had that last scrum. Dave Byrne is back onto the field. Going to the hooker channel. Brian O'Mahony's made way. Owen Sheehan's going to shift from back row into the second row. Conor Drummy back on as well. And as you mentioned, number 16, Brandon Delicato on. So big scrum here. Everything, the importance of every move and every step piece from each side is growing as the game grows. Huge, massive pressure from Dolphin this side. And they'll be very, very happy. You can see that from Jack Fox. Thrilled with how that one went. I'll be hoping now in a repeat they can win that penalty, I'd say, is what they're egging on. Just trying to psychologically get into the referee's mind in a positive way, get him on their side as much as they can. Crowd are doing their part of it anyways.
Clonmel had the ball there, but didn't get it out quick enough. Need to be quick at releasing the ball. This will be a telling scrum now from Clonmel's point of view. Much better this time.
Sheen pops that ball out to O'Connor, off to Buttimer. Dolphin up to meet him. Crowd counting with the tackle. Cantwell goes. He breaks down his first tackle. He's made some good yards. Is there a chance here as Dolphin are on the back foot? Blocked down the kick through from Drew Musa, and unfortunately his kicking hasn't gone as he would have hoped in the second half.
Good
Brought
gathering
down very well.
Good gathering from Cadigan there. Maybe a chip through from Clonmel that wasn't needed at all. Should have kept it in the hands.
OT carrying on that occasion. Little tip on there from Musa. Looked forward, but the referee says, okay, it's good to go. Back door again, but it's a bit loose. No one seemed to know who that was going to. Dolphin on top of that one now. What can they do here? Clonmel have got it secured. Crucially, though, this set of play has gone backwards from where they would have hoped. So they have to reset now and see what they can set up from here. Sheen on that ball. Good shoot there to put them under pressure, but they've gotten past it. And a chance here. Why did they get that ball hand? They can't.
Freddie Davis couldn't quite get away there. Tony Cantwell carrying again. He's making great ground since he came back on.
I wonder what they gave him on the bench to keep him going.
Could I have some of it, please?
A little bit of West Cork whiskey, I suppose. Maybe a bit of Bulmers, who knows, out in Clonmel.
Well, kick from Alex Sheehan has line out to Dolphin just inside their 22.
As we see there, Finn Cow come back on in place of Jack Fox. The wind is definitely picking up here again. I'm getting a sense of, as this game has gone on both sides in open play, they're really the attack is equal to defence. You see them a lot going back across the same way. They might make a break and then the defence will set, and then they might make a mistake and go back, but both teams, it's ebbing and flowing very nicely, evenly matched. Ball's gone loose, but it's going to be a penalty to Dolphin. It looks like not a high tackle, I'd say, but more so hands on the player.
Silly mistakes again from Clonmel.
Absolutely, and an easy escape now for Dolphin.
Yeah.
I think now Richard Heaslip just taking a bit of a knock after that last one. Jordy will clear his lines, bring play just inside the Dolphin 10-metre line. So referee puts a pause on the clock just for a moment. Big ask now. I think it's going to be Dave Byrne's first throw at the line out time today. Been a hooker for so many years and then converted to prop, and you can go back and forth. It's great having someone who can do that all across the front row. Good clean take there as well. And the ball's been set up very well from Dolphin. They're making some good round very fast here. It's going to stay inside now as a bring play towards the halfway line. They've made a good 10 metres now so far. Now they go to hand. Craig O'Connell going to be a bit of a bowling ball on this occasion. We haven't seen much of that today. They really stretch it. Chance here blind if Ryan Foley can spot it, but he can't. But Cam sees something and goes for the little dink. And Cadigan, unfortunately, kick's not gone to hand. And the Clonmel are going to be playing out from outside position. Dolphin have the penalty. Now Ryan Foley's going to try and dummy it fast. And bit of a Cam head on him. And unfortunately, Clonmel, I suppose they're just trying to force things a little bit too much. You get a sense of the last couple of kicks.
Yeah, that last kick now was kind of will I or won't I, and it did neither.
And Dolphin now will have ball inside that Clonmel 22. Or on the 22, I should say. Crucially, of note, Dolphin have yet to get their fourth try, which has been never taken this long so far this year. So you'd back them to try to get that bonus point. Every point crucial at this stage of the season as well.
Of course, Clonmel will be doing everything to hold them out. Oh.
But unfortunately, it's gone over the top. But a great take there from Clonmel. Made some good grounds fast off it. And just trying to stretch that as much as they can. Craig O'Connell trying to disrupt that, and deemed to have not done enough though. And Things are getting very, very messy here from both sides. But just as Clonmel gave away an opportunity, Dolphin have equally done so themselves.
Yes, both teams seem to be struggling at the moment with some silly choices when they have the ball.
Not the cleanest of strike again, though, from Drew Musa. Must be said, his kick in the second half hasn't been his best.
Not quite using the wind as well as he could.
But it seems to really just the game management now is going to be the most important thing at this stage. Just which team can control it and just...
Now both teams seem to be a bit erratic the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Absolutely. A little pre-planned move to the front of the line though. And Tom O'Dee's made some good yardage here. Screens rolling away. Referee says it's okay. Good shoot there from, I think, Conor Drummond to bring that man to ground. Things really getting testy here now. Clonmel with the hands out wide. Are they going to go for it? Good line there from Luke Hogan. Brings play just inside that Dolphin 22-metre line. Now over on that far side, what can they do to here? Can they get some front foot ball? Number 18 carrying that one. Richie Heath was equal to bring him down. Cadigan slowing it down. Musa with hands on the ball.
Oh, great.
And he's broken that first tackle. It's crucially they're getting past that first tackle, and Dolphin seem to be going for the rip at the tackle. Chance out wide here. Joey O'Connor on the ball. He's going to bounce up high though. He's down. There's going to be an advantage for a high tackle, I think. Free play now for Clonmel. What can they do with the ball here? They've got men over in the middle of the pitch, but they're going to go wide, I think. Dylan Cadigan steps one. There's a chance here for him to cut through the gap, is he? He's going to try to get the pass of no, but Clonmel now just 3-4 metres short, I think. Hogan on the outside. No one with him. Cuts back in. Who's the man, I think, on that occasion? Being brought to ground. Pick and go coming from Clonmel. Crucial defence needed here from Dolphin. Clonmel still with the advantage. Slowing it down. Pick and go is the name of the game here. Making some good ground on that carry as well. Minogue on this occasion. Is he going to go for it himself? Again, he's just shy. Where's that ball going to pop out? They're going to go fast. And I think it's going to be over. It's going to be held up. We'll see. And it's going to be held up. Crucially, it's going to be held up.
I've got to say, from here, it looked like Clonmel were over the line and they grounded it. He's gone back for a penalty.
Yeah.
Be interested to see the replay on that one.
And I think the referee's going to have a chat with Captain Craig O'Connell. I think this could be the final warning for the high tackles. This just as he was held up over the line. Maybe just short of the line for Jim Devaney. So you see Darryl Foley,
given it.
the final sub of the day to enter the fray.
Clonmel have to get it right here now with this penalty about 10 metres out.
Tap and go. We'll see if they can go here. Opting for power. Is that going to be over the line? It is, and Dolphin have held it up.
Held up again. This is heartbreaking for Clonmel.
And again, crucially, I think it's coming down to game management from both sides. And whenever the chance comes from, neither team seems to, I don't know, would you say neither team wants it, but whenever the opportunity comes, both sides seem to be making errors.
Not being as efficient as they could be.
Absolutely.
But this will give heart to Clonmel. They're in the Dolphin 22, so hopefully they get another chance.
They'll have a chance for the clear. Jason Minogue, his day is done. Dara Buckley, solid performance again from the winger. Still only quite young is Dara. 4 tries to his name this season.
Sean Sweetman on to replace Jason Minogue.
Interesting call from the Dolphin side to normally you'd have the two Foley brothers replacing each other, but on this occasion we'll have the two of them on the pitch at the same time. Looks like Darren Foley's going to go to that wing just for a bit of experience, just to kind of get a cool head and things, you'd imagine. Only a couple minutes to go now. Good clearance from Jordan Soley. What can Clonmel do? Just on the edge of this Dolphin 22. Another chance for him to set an attacking phase. Who's him in now on this occasion? Looks like the ball was loose, but still in the hands of Clonmel. Huge defensive set needed from this Dolphin pack, from this Dolphin side, all 15 of them in fact. Chance here out wide.
Henry Bottom nearly cutting through.
I suppose Dolphin have been missing a few of those kind of like sliding off tackles out in that outer rim. Good double hit there. Hands on that ball. Is there? No. Do go again. Dave Byrne on that ball. Not enough again, unfortunately. They're really just trying to see what they can do here, Dolphin. Clonmel just testing as much as they can to go wide here. Dylan Canagan on the ball. Darren Foley's involved for the first time. Jordan Soley's in there as well, but he's down. Cam told to leave it. Drew Musa giving the tip on. Huge hit there from Dolphin.
Big hit on Tony Cantwell there.
And equally fast shoot up from Craig O'Connell, but a lovely little flick on from Drew Musa. And there's numbers on a wide here for Clonmel. Can they get there? Little step inside. Just onto the 5 metre line again. It seems they're going to go blind. Patience is crucial here as everyone's shouting it. Again, it's going to come down to a pick and go again. Will they get over the line, I wonder, or will it be held up? A couple of phases ago before we asked that question anyways. Tom O'Dea with the carry. Brought to ground there from another double hit from Dolphin. Vonnie and Manny trying what they can. Everything's very, very tight here. Good hit there from Finn Cowick, and it's been knocked on! And it's going to be a scrum down to Dolphin.
Must be only a couple of minutes left in it now.
Yeah, we can see on our stream now we've hit the 80, so it's down to the referee at this stage.
He didn't play much injury time, only 1 minute in the first half, so probably won't be much more than that now. This could be Clonmel's last chance to push Dolphin off their own ball, which is highly unlikely. But we all live in hope.
Again, clock stopped. We can see just how attritional this game has been. Darryl Foley came onto the pitch, made his first tackle, had to get a bit of treatment. We can see one of the Clonmel fellas getting treatment. And it's going to be quite a tense finale here in Virgin Media Park. I said at the beginning of today's stream that it's the most competitive league around, and you can see why. Just 2 points separating these two teams.
Very much so, sure. There's 7 teams out of 10 vying for promotion or playoff spot.
And it's gotten tighter again because we can see Monkstown, Monkstown lead Omagh 36 points to 35. I didn't expect that one at all. Scorty still only 7 points ahead of Tullamore. Belfast Harlequins have gotten ahead of Bruff, so that's going to bring them back into it as well. But crucially, Ballyclare have got 24 points and Middleton's 12. So Middleton are dropping points, Ballyclare getting points. There's chopping and changing, and both these sides, you could argue, have the easiest running, but at the same time, it's going to be very, very difficult with teams at the bottom fighting for their lives. Massive scrum needed now from Dolphin. It's in from Ryan Foley, but Clonmel are equal to that with the good push. It's holding steady. It's out the back. Heathup's taking that one, and Clonmel are going to flood that breakdown with bodies. Dolphin's going to have to just carry this one for a phase who just to let themselves set before they can get this ball clear. Cameron Shoxley stepping back into a pocket, I think. Craig O'Connell carrying now in this occasion. They're going to need to get this ball clear. And it's going to be kicked out from Ryan Foley. And that's going to be full time. So it's going to finish here after a very intense finale. Some great pressure from both sides. But it's going to be the full-time result here of Dolphin 20, Clonmel 15. And a massive 4 points for Dolphin. But crucially, a point for Clonmel as well.
Again, Clonmel have taken something from every game this season, but a very even match. And Clonmel will be a little bit disappointed that maybe they didn't use the wind as much as they could have in the second half. But as I say, very even game. If Clonmel had equalised, it'd be like the home match for Clonmel, it'd be a draw. So there's not an awful lot between the two teams.
I suppose that says all for how competitive this season has been. But we'll see a lot of happy Dolphin faces as we'll take this one now 2 in a row as they head away to Omagh next week for what could be a crucial game, top and bottom. As we mentioned playoffs, Omagh fighting for their lives, trying to catch up with Bruff. Currently just a point behind Monkstown. I'm not sure if that's full time yet, but I would say again a big thank you to everyone for watching, and a big thank you as well for Joe for joining me for today. And so we'll finish off from Virgin Media Park here for the final time today. Dolphin 20, Clonmel 15.